All right, we're recording. You guys should be able to see my screen here. Yep. So let's get into yesterday's action. Right about here, 1 minute chart. Ah, crap. How do you do this? Hold on a sec. There's a few different settings I gotta change, but okay, there it is. Apple, was it fun? No, not. Oh, yeah, it was. Look at that. So Apple made lots of moves, and here's the big one that I noticed. You see, it goes through levels. You don't know, what to do with it. But when it does something at a particular level, you see this massive reverse hammer room to the left, a new 1 minute low. Basically, around here would be the entry, and you're in this short, and your exit or stop should be ideally above that hammer, and you ideally want this thing to run. But it goes through a level, and then it puts in a hammer. This is where you could have doubts. And I did this on Tesla yesterday. I had doubts here because the bulls are coming back into the market and pushing back up. Now, after this hammer closes, you might want to take off half your position, or you can wait for it to get back to where it was, or where it bounced from. Because V reversals are rare. This happened to be a double bottom kind of reversal. So you can wait for it to come back to close to that bottom again and capture that profit. Again, I would say this is a fail trade because you want this reversal to just go break all day. But, we had a lot of this kind of activity yesterday. Then there was something else later on Apple. Yeah, this could have very close to being a double top. It was very dirty. It wasn't a nice one. You can see this looks like a consolidation, and it just keeps hitting its head up on the level, which is telling you it's likely to break out. But it did have a higher high before, and this is a lower high, right? So you could think of it as a double top as well. So it's conflicting. This is where you want to be careful and not take on these positions. I think we were talking about this on YouTube. Now this looks like a good double top, right? Top, second one, the new 1 minute low. Your stop is above the price action or above the level, and you want to go target somewhere lower down, but you would have been stopped out. Now, it doesn't mean this is a bad trade. I think the setup is good. So what if you stopped out? Perfect setups often fail, right? And you had another one here as well. Look at that. Another double top. You'd enter that, and maybe you take your profits here. Maybe you're targeting lower, but if you didn't, you would have been stopped out if you didn't take it off. So again, I saw a lot of great setups that didn't work yesterday. Very interesting. I don't even know what happened later. I didn't even look at that. So it was an interesting one. So you got to remember, guys, good setups often fail. It's, if you're getting, firstly, you got to know what a good setup is and only trade them. And then you give yourself a chance for a 40 or 50% win rate. So you got to, that's the problem. A lot of people get hooked on this whole thing of win rate and, perfect setups and expect that it'll work every time. It does not work that way. If you don't have a perfect setup, or at least something you're absolutely firm about, then you're just going to be chasing the market, and you'll get lucky sometimes, but you're not going to survive. So yesterday was one of those days. It was really, really interesting. You saw the Tesla one. We did that yesterday. I think Meta was, what happened? I can't remember.
Avi, before you move to Meta, I have a question about this.
Yeah.
This structure here, and what you're saying absolutely correct from the point of view of you see the setups, but the good setups won't necessarily work. But if you look at this zoomed out, it's a very gradual grinding uptrend. So how does one understand that we are trying to go against the grain here and switch the mindset to understand that these need to be taken as pullbacks and follow the right trend instead of trying to reverse it?
That's a good point. Like on Apple, right? Gradual uptrend. The thing is, for a reversal to happen, you have to have a trend, and you're trying to capture the end of the trend and go the other way. And also, you don't know when the end of the trend is until it actually goes and it went back to where it came from. Now you can see, it had an uptrend, then it had a downtrend, right? So you don't know the future. All you know is in the moment, and all you know is that when you put the trade on, when you get the setup and you put it on, you know that you may be losing that money. You've already pre-planned for that loss. You can afford to take that loss. It doesn't blow you up. You can still come back and trade again later or tomorrow or whatever. So you got to think of trading that way. If you're really trying to identify trends and all, yeah, there's ways to identify them, but all of that's in hindsight. That's why I always talk about, I think about this past, present, and future. We know what happened in the past, but that's kind of irrelevant. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. We have some indicators that give us probabilities, but realistically, the most important thing is what is happening in the present moment right now. Right now, right here, there's a double top happening. All right, put on the trade. Today yesterday on Apple, you went up for 3 trades, maybe 3 opportunities for reversals. You may have stopped out on all 3, or you may have had some partial trades. And so what? You come back today and you do it again 3 more times, you'll have all 3 winners. And you did nothing different. It's just the nature of the market, you know? That's the business of probabilities. That's what this business is. It's not a business where you show up and end of the month you get a paycheck. That's the opposite kind of thing. That's employment. This is a business of probabilities.
Thank you,
So,
Avi.
yeah, for sure. So I actually used to do that. I used to go and go freak out about phases of the market and trading different styles based on its summer, its winter, its earnings. It's forget it, man. You drive yourself nuts. I've done that. Just don't waste your time. All right, what do we have here? Meta was interesting, but again, not the style I would trade to get long anywhere here. I think I took this short yesterday. The short was good. I saw something else later that I thought was interesting. You see a double top in this area. You have shorted it, but it's too far from the zone. It's kind of like in the middle where you would enter, right between the two zones. So I wouldn't take it. Then you see a bit of a double bottom here, another one here. You might want to take this long. This one's actually decent, and you would target 723, and that one would have worked nicely. You see? So, well, you can see on a 1 minute chart, it's trending down and then it goes up. So you can see this as a reversal, but on a bigger perspective, you see it as it's just in an uptrend and it's a pullback. So you get perspective, right? How far do you zoom out? What time frames do you use? If I'm using just a 1 minute chart, I would see this is all over. Then it did a reversal. And now if I identify this double bottom, I'll say, okay, from this downtrend, another trend is beginning and it's an uptrend. I would see it this way because I'm using a 1 minute chart. If it's on a 5 minute or 30 minute, it'd be something totally different, right? So pick your perspective and stick to it. Otherwise, you can chop and change all day, and then you'll have 3 different opinions on the same candlestick. And that'll mess you up. That's the problem with multiple time frames. So I think
Avi,
should
can
be
I ask you a question?
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, would you not see that? And I know that the market's open right now. It
Yeah,
just opened.
yeah.
Would you not see that as a breakout and retest right at 9:30 and then 10:14?
No, bro. Retest of what? Well, you
Well,
have
it
this
broke
idea. Yeah. Well, the thing
broke
is,
out of the 715 level. It came down, broke out above it, and
you
then
know, it's not
sorry, go ahead.
ideal. It's not ideal because when you have a breakout, you want to have a consolidation that goes to a breakout. Like you look at this one. This is a consolidation right here. Then it breaks out. Turns out it was a false breakout, right? If you saw consolidation underneath 715 down in this area, like a nice neat one, then you have a clean breakout. Then you can have a clean retest. You just want it to be clean. You know, this is a mess. This is chopped around the level. You know what it wants. Maybe you see this as a consolidation. But this is actually moving in directions. It's not just consolidation. You can actually trade this stuff. Consolidation to a breakout. Those are the best breakouts.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, guys. The market is open. Let's find today's levels and get on with it. All right. Oh, a lot of lines on these charts. Wow. Apple, huh? Okay, it's up there. We don't need these for now. And we have Microsoft out of the way. Oh, there it is. Out of the way. Okay. And NVIDIA, it's a big day yesterday. So much movement, but so many ways to get in and out of positions as well. Look at today's NVIDIA candle is the same as yesterday, same distance. Yeah, you can get mixed up. You know, if you don't have a specific strategy, you understand 5 different strategies, but you activate all of them on a day like yesterday, you'd be confused. You'd go long and short on the same candlestick. Just because one strategy says long, one says short based on that price action. That's the issue with too many strategies at the same time. And most people do that. Well, if most people do that, it's because of FOMO. They're afraid of missing out. And so they have like 10 strategies that they're willing to use right now. And none of them are perfected either. So that's another thing. Again, I've done that over the years. And days like yesterday, I'd make a lot of money and then lose double, all within the first hour. So you don't want to do stuff like that. Oops. Amazon. What? Where's 8 a.m.? There it is. All right. Man, Meta is just so wild. It's still one of my favorites to trade, but it's impossibly difficult. It's just so erratic. And it gaps on a 1 minute chart too. Bad spreads and stuff. But my goodness, the moves are insane. You got to find a way to be on the right side of it. It's not too different than the SPX options. Oh my gosh. It's not too different.
Avi, would you mind precising what you're doing? Because as you made, I'm just starting off.
All I'm doing is just putting these lines on the chart. These what do you call 8 a.m. candles, and just putting the measured moves. That's all I'm doing. So far, that's all I've done. These are just old lines from yesterday. It's moving them out of the way. So there we go. We have all the lines on the charts now. And now I'll just watch things on the 1 minute. Let's see if we find something interesting worth watching. So Apple was strong up front, and Nvidia, ooh, there it goes. Anyone get into Nvidia? Breakout stuff. Look at that 1 minute ORB. Again, if you got into this, you'd be partially.
Nvidia again.
Ahmed, you got it? Good for you. I don't know what to tell you, man. Just if it's working, it's working. You got it, man. You got it. Just partial a lot because it's, any moment it could just go the other way. I mean, just look at something like Tesla right now. And this is why I don't like the open, because you may have seen it very bullish in the 3rd minute or 2nd minute you got in. You're thinking it's gonna go 350, it looks great, and then in a moment, boom, it just takes away all your profits, or hits your stop. This is the problem with the open. You got to read that momentum on the fly. I mean, I can, but I don't like to because the rewards are not great. So I just avoid it. If you look at AMD though, as an ORB setup, the first candle made quite a large range. Second candle was inside, but very bullish. Man, and it fell through right at the level, right after the as it pops through the opening price or even the high, one of them, you'd enter long, your stop would be very tight. Boom, you're in this and you're done with your day in like 4 minutes. You guys have seen me do this kind of trading a lot over the years. But it's a good setup, but there are bigger trades to be had. So you have all that. I don't see much else. Apple, look at that. Apple is very typical. You see that again, no matter what candlesticks you're looking at, even a monthly chart. If you have a massive candlestick, it's just like a sprint. A sprinter has to sprint and stop and rest. Same thing. Just think of it that way. It's exactly what's happening. This is like expected behavior. Is Meta teasing me again? Let's have a look. There's nothing in it. I don't see anything. So, yeah, NVIDIA pullback. Amazon, there goes AMD now, high of day. AMD's putting in some decent patterns. Break high of day, which aligns with the pre-market high, if you like such things. Oh, here, you want to see something that's near perfect? This is why I tell you, price action beats everything else, even levels. Look at Microsoft here. You can see the opening range, the first candle. The wick is right there, right? That was resistance. Then it did a breakout right through that. And then just bounces off that. Look at all these wicks right now happening. This is turning what was resistance into support right in this 408.50 area, whatever this is, 408.20. Right there. Breakout, retest. So, I mean, this is typical price action. You see a firm level, and then when it confirms that it is flipped, it was a resistance, not support, or the other way, you can begin to lean on stuff like that. So far, Microsoft's proving that. Look at Apple, huh? Would anyone take this short? Did anyone take this short? Not me. No Apple there. Ratchet, you got NVIDIA. Matt. Liana, 8 a.m. What's wrong with the 8 a.m. wick on Apple? Oh, yeah, it's huge, yeah. I see it. That's just a big one. Apple's been heavily in play, right? Last couple of days. Yeah, if you look at Tesla, this is also somewhat interesting. You want to see confirmation. You can see the level. It was resistance, broke out, and now coming back to retest and bounce out of that range, 2-minute range, basically. But again, you can trade all this stuff. I used to. It's just too much work for not enough reward. Ooh, things crash. Look at Google. Whoa. Amazon. Whoa. Okay. Apple as well. Something happened. How is it? Oh, it's too early for anything. Oops. Something happened here, guys. Does anyone know of any news or anything that just happened? Did Trump post something on Twitter? Or something like that? Sorry, President Trump. Whatever you want to call him. That is very, very interesting. This looks like news. Um, all right. Things popped down and stabilized a little bit. It's kind of hard to read, really. Did anyone catch the drop on all this stuff in the last couple of minutes? Was anyone able to foresee it? Vic, you got NVIDIA? Oh yeah, no, you don't have to keep quiet here. It's all good. Got questions, just ask it. It doesn't matter. That's what it's for. That's what we're here for, right? I mean, I'm asking you guys questions. I have no idea what's going on here. There's some weakness on Apple, I think. We're gonna see a break of low day. There it is. Break. Go. Go, go, go. If you're watching the tape, you would have seen that. I'm not watching the tape. I'm just watching the candlesticks. And you can see the breakout happen right there. Something's weird. Yeah, this is like ultra volatile right now. Bit unusual. Scott, you got Microsoft short? Yeah, Microsoft's tricky finding support. Yeah, down there. Anyways, yeah, I don't see much anyways at the moment as far as opportunities are concerned. It looks like the patterns are all broken after that drop. And I have to wait for things to reestablish itself. So you got Apple stopped you out. Oh, yes. In 2 ways. Now we got NVIDIA putting in higher lows. If you like watching buyers and sellers, the buyers are beginning to take over. But is there a pattern that defines your trade book? There's no point just going long every time you think buyers are taking over or sellers are taking over. That's not trading. Make sure you have more precision than that. Same thing with Tesla. I'm got an eye here on Meta, but I don't see a genuine opportunity here. It's very subjective, really. It's too risky. So what I'm seeing here is a double bottom on Meta. Second bottom higher than the first. It's right about in the zone. The new 1 minute high would have been the entry a few minutes ago. You can still enter here. But what you really want to see is a good solid downtrend, then a double bottom. And also this action is so wicky. It's not even a clean arch. There's so much doubt in this. And on any other day, I may say, okay, let's take this. This is the subjective side of it, right? It's not perfect. Today, I'm just, no. I think on most days when it looks like this, it's so wicky and it's just not worth the risk. I mean, I've lost enough money in the markets to know that I'd rather just wait for a good setup. This may go, may not go. I have no idea, but wait for a good one. There, Tesla hit the level now. There goes Meta. Boom. The buyer's taking over, but you got to define that. Ratchet, you're into INTC, huh? Everyone was talking about it earlier too. I guess it had earnings recently or something. Yeah, last few days. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, good strong move. Again, you catch ORB stuff, right? 1 minute ORB. This is quite a good piece of price action for things with a catalyst. You know, ultra high volume and all that, big gap. Then you see action like this in the first 5-10 minutes, and you can take advantage of that if you want to trade like that. So INTC seems to be in play for the last few days at least. Tesla is very interesting, guys. Big number, 350. Got a level right below it. Just hit that, just went through it. Let's see what it wants here. It looks like it wants to smash into it right there. Watch the tape if you guys are watching the tape and the level 2. I have a lot of fun watching this. This is where you see magic happen. Probably a big order sitting there. Boom, there it is. Slammed. Slammed it. Now let's see, does it pop up like a low float or pop the other way? It's not likely to sit there. I'm gonna go somewhere. Let's have a look. Down so far. Yeah, it has that behavior going down. With Tesla, and I've seen it so many times, it hits a big number with big liquidity and then it just pops right through it. It has a big spread and it jumps $1. It didn't do that today. We had decided to go the other way so far. So it's not doing that big low float kind of pop. It's pulling back more than anything else. So let's see now. Where did it bounce from? Right at the level, right? Okay, it's going, but slow. This is relatively slow for Tesla. I've seen it pop a lot faster. Guys, keep an eye on AMD. Yeah, if you like breakouts, what I'm seeing here is it's consolidating around the level, pushed up quite aggressively. It's making a bit of a flag pattern. Let me draw it out for you. And this is again pretty good for breakout stuff. Something like this. Yeah. So a bit of a pennant over there. Bull flag basically is very bullish and it's getting into a point, and ideally this one breaks to the upside. That's what it's telling you. Let's see what happens. It's not precise, as in it's not at the level, but it's again, levels are zones, right? You don't look for precision there. Ooh, Tesla drop. Hope you guys were not in that. There you go. Tesla did not pop right through 350, and therefore it wanted to drop. Look at that. Look at that. Right there, we were just talking about it. Tesla either pops fast or it doesn't. In this case, it didn't. Wow, there it goes. Amazing. It's a really wild market, I gotta say. I mean, there's lots of moves, but nothing that I would risk money on. Not yet, at least.
This looks like a very uncertain market. Don't know where to go. Yeah, not sure.
Yeah, exactly. Good
Yeah.
point. It just it just doesn't know what it wants. You know, up and down, then up, then down, and it's acting as if there's news coming out every 3 minutes.
Absolutely, you are absolutely right. It's expecting something and it's not expecting. It's like stuck there.
Yeah. Very, very tricky market. Again, very opportunistic. As long as you really, really stick to your trade book. I mean, really. Otherwise, every 5 minutes, you're gonna quickly come up with a new strategy and just start trading. And that's smart, not smart. I've seen that a lot of times as well. So wait for the big one. Just wait for the big one. That's what I'm doing. I'd like to put on maybe 2 positions, and by the time I put on 2 positions, I have no buying power left anyway. And I'll just leave them for the day and go into the webinars and stuff.
This is Avi, the perfect one for getting excited. You know, I've made this mistake many times. I would have been stopped out by 3-4 times by now.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Now you know, right? We've all been there. But yep, this is one of those days that can kill a lot of day traders.
Yeah, it's like excites you, right? Oh, that's going. Wow, there's volume. There's this, there is that. Yeah, sure.
Yep. Have you noticed the one trick I've been doing here to avoid the open? Any guesses? To avoid getting chopped up at the open?
Setting up your levels during its opening.
Yeah, I'm just too busy to trade. I'm drawing stuff. That's all. That's how you stop trading. Just get busy.
Is that like nicotine chewing gum or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly. All these what do you call them? Measured move levels. Yeah, that's nicotine chewing gum. Just sit and draw lines on a chart with a crayon. I love it.
The hungry wolf.
Let it go, let it be. You know, it's great. I gotta say, the most vulnerable time for basically all day traders is the first 5 minutes. We're also vulnerable. The market opens. We're excited. We're here to make money. We showed up. We did our big routine. We went for a big run. We're pumped. And then you just jump into something at the opening bell, basically, because as you said, it's exciting. But that's when we're at our weakest, at our most vulnerable.
Yeah.
Just acting out of excitement. So. And use that energy for other stuff, you know. Go analyze the market if you like, instead of trade the market. That's kind of what I'm doing. But yeah, and then the big one will come. They always come every day, even on a day like today. Every day. There we go. Is AMD doing the pop now? We got the lines on it. Lots of nice crayon drawings. Is that it? The pennant's popping. We can almost time that even if this is the case. Resistance right there, 112.9. Let's see. Push. Not yet.
Pre-market is at 113 and
yeah. These bulls gotta step the bid up. And they've been doing it so far. You can see the higher lows on AMD from the open.
Yeah.
Instead, are they gonna put in the higher lows continuously now?
It's actually a perfect bull flag. It's forming
Yeah.
a very nice flag, yeah.
Yeah. It's near precise.
Yeah, precise, yeah.
You were saying you have candlestick dreams. Yeah, well, my dreams look like this too. Perfect flags and stuff. And just you identify them once you dream about them. There you go. Look at that mess on Meta. My goodness. Just glad I didn't take that. That was the closest I came to taking a position. Take a long, maybe here somewhere, and then just get into a mess. Oh, you don't want that mess. It's not perfect. Don't take it. Let's see. AMD is most interesting for a breakout. Again, I don't trade this stuff, but the patterns there.
So this AMD one still is probability-wise not yet. It's like still 50-50. What do you say, Avi?
Yeah, that's right. I don't like both flags. I've traded them in the past, not successfully. I was never able to read them accurately and time them and then survive the pullbacks. I've never been able to do it successfully. And I think it's very subjective. Like I see a bull flag, but someone else might see chop. It's very subjective. That's why when you have lines that are not horizontal, you bring in more subjectivity. And us human beings, we're volatile enough, man. We gotta remove subjectivity. So that's a good reason I don't trade these trend line kind of setups. I just want horizontal lines.
And the problem is that on 30 minutes, if you see, there was a breakdown 2 days back, right? So and it went up and then created this big wick up there, right? So
yeah, that's the breakout area. Yep, 113.
so if it breaks out, retest, then might be a good one.
Yeah, breakout 113 retest, pretty much also at our level. You can see the highs getting, the lows getting higher and higher and higher. So the bulls are in charge of the market since yesterday. But it's a key point here, 113. Let's see if they really have enough to
Push
make
it
it a bullish. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll find out. Oh man,
I'm not going to dice on this one, so not yet.
Nothing yet. I'm getting interested in Amazon. I'm seeing a big double bottom, but it has to be in context. It came from up to down. It's been down there. That's a bottom. Yeah, that's a good one. Is it too late to enter this? Yeah, the bottom was there. The entry was 3 minutes ago. Yeah, missed it. But if it pulls back, you can still get the same entry, maybe.
So here is not at the
Why
level.
is
You
that
still
one
get it?
Go ahead, Farzan.
Go ahead, guys. One at a time, please.
Sorry, I was asking, it's not at the level. 3 minutes ago, you would still get it?
Yeah, this is, you see, a level is a zone. It's not a precise point. You got to treat it that way. It's kind of like plus or minus 20 cents in this case, approximately. It's just doing a double bottom in a zone that I'm interested in. The zone is this green area. Oh, there goes AMD. Who got the bull flag? Look at that, look at that, look at that. Boom. Fine. So when I stop trading bull flags, they work nicely. Isn't that something?
Hey, Avi.
Yeah.
The setups you see from the naked forex are also the ones that you use. You have your double tops and stuff like that, and the kangaroo tail. But what do you use as a continuation? Because those are mostly reversals.
Yeah, that's a good point. Continuations, basically, there is a continuation setup on in the book in Naked Forex, and so I just use that, which is breakout and retest of the breakout area.
Okay.
When I start a continuation trading, I do it pretty much exactly from the book. Now, when I'm in a trade already, like I take a reversal, it gets to a level, I take partials, and then it looks like it wants to continue through that level. I pretty quickly add back in, and I do it risk-free. I always keep it at break even. The new exit is always at break even. So I'm not so strict about when it comes to ads. At that point, for me, the trade is over. Anything beyond that is just a bonus. So adding is not really a big part of my strategy these days. It used to be last year when I was doing the fractal pattern stuff, but not so much now. But if you want to add on a continuation, again, the same continuation strategy: breakout, retest, and go.
Okay. And can you, for example, use the engulfing as a continuation of some sort, or not?
You can. I don't like engulfings that much on day trading perspectives. They just not reliable unless you're doing engulfing cracks at the open. That's volatility trading.
Yeah.
Different thing. Totally different kind of thing, though.
Okay, so the only continuation pattern is really the break and retest.
There you go.
Okay, thanks.
There you go. AMD. Oh man, that's it. I got a new trade book now. Bull flags. Amazing. So AMD. Anyways, not my trade book. Amazon, near perfect setup. Didn't see it in time. It's gone. Don't take it. We have NVIDIA to the breakout. So there you go. And Meta is working, but Meta was a real disaster. Very hard to manage. What do we have here? Amanda, you got AMD? Nice. Good job. Matt, everything's flat. Yeah. Everything's flat. There you go, guys. Liana got it right here in the chat. It changes your trading psychology for the rest of the day if you jump in too early. And you either win or you lose. Either way, you're not the same person after the trade. Then you miss out on the massive ones that can happen later. So really, that's kind of where I'm going with things. That's why I'm not too fussed. I'm not too sharp at the open and trying to take setups. I may have taken Amazon or Meta or any of these in the last 10 minutes, but I'm not as focused as I'm ready to trade. Right now, I hardly expect to have a setup. Hardly. Let the first 30 minutes go, and then maybe something will pop up. I mean, it's a slow process. Again, the big moves of the day are the ones I'm trying to target, right? Not these early volatility plays. So let's wait for them to set up nicely, and then off you go. Gotta say that Amazon was a perfect setup for what I'm trying to trade. Just didn't look at it.
Yeah,
Not-
so the Amazon thing, for the 5 minute strategy you have, try to avoid a big candle, right? I mean, there's a big red
Yeah.
candle in the second 5 minute.
Mhm.
Why is this one different than the others?
See, on a 5 minute chart, there is no pattern. There's no reversal. There's no long tail hammer. There's no double bottom. It's just chop, and then it pops out of nowhere. That's what a 5 minute chart looks like here. On a 1
Even on
minute,
the 1 minute, there's a big red candle.
there is, but you don't go long here. This is nothing right here. This is just, it went down. It's going back up. But after it closes this hammer, now you can identify a double bottom, and the new 1 minute high is the entry with the stop right below the hammer, and you target the. You could go for high of day, take some off, and real big targets up at the level. So that's how I would trade this if I had my eyes on it, if I was watching it rather than the AMD bull flag and all that. Yeah, that's the one.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I'm trading the 1 minute chart now. I'm not looking at the 5 minute for setups. And again, you can chop around time frames all day long, and you'll find the setups somewhere. But then again, now you're over trading. You're just adjusting your screens to suit an entry. Now you're not paying attention to the market at all or price action. You're just manipulating it yourself in your own head. Now you're playing games with yourself. That's what you don't want to do. That's what I don't like about multiple time frames. It can be confusing. If you are using multiple time frames, make sure you have a very specific purpose. Like your big time frame to pick up levels or something, or to pick up a big trend, and the small time frames for the setup and the entry. You can do it that way, but make sure you're very, very purposeful about it. That is incredibly important. Otherwise, really, I mean, put 6 time frames on your screen, you get all mixed up, all confused. You don't want that. You just don't want to do that. Yeah, Harsha, go ahead.
Okay, any reason that you don't use a 2 minute chart for entries to avoid the chop with the 1 minute chart?
I'm avoiding the 1 minute chop. I haven't been chopped up. Did you get chopped up?
No, I'm just wondering, like, is there a reason that you don't use a 2 minute chart?
Yeah.
It's something in loop between the 1 and the 5.
Yeah. I have never had a problem with getting chopped up. Well, recently I have not. With the 1 minute chart, as you see, I've been trading it, and I'm very precise about my entries. So it doesn't bother me. I don't have that problem. I'm not trying to solve that problem just because I don't have the problem. A few years ago, I would have said I had that problem. I used to trade a 60-minute chart just to avoid all the chop. Even on 30-minute, I was getting chopped up. And that was 2021 or 22 or something. So yeah, again, don't solve problems you don't have, right? Right now, I don't have that problem. So I'm not going to solve it. But yeah, that's a good point, though. If you're getting messed up on the 1 minute chart, you can go on a bigger time frame. And you saw what I was doing with the 5 minute stuff. I was trying to target big moves with 5 minute setups, and I did that for a while. It was very successful, no big deal. I'm just trying to take it now one step further, get better entries, bigger sizes. So that's why the 1 minute chart. Yep. Yeah, go ahead, AJC. Any question? Go ahead. Would I take Tesla? I'm like, Tesla, where's Tesla? I don't see anything on Tesla. I see chop. I don't see a setup. I don't see anything really. It just keep bouncing around these levels, big numbers. There's nothing. There's nothing in it for my style. I saw only 2 perfect setups, and only one of them is in my trade book. One is the Amazon double bottom, right? Perfect setup, and the other was the AMD bull flag. And this is not even in my trade book these days. You could call it an ABCD if you like. This is just huge. Who caught these? Some of you guys got that, right? AMD. If you like this stuff, 2 or 3 guys in the room said you got it.
I got AMD.
Nice, good work. Basil, yeah, I'm using the 5 minute chart for the 8 a.m. candle. It's the same thing. Look at this, the 1 minute chart. It's the same candle. You can use a 1 minute for the 8 a.m. candle. All good. Raman, you got NVIDIA. Nice. NVIDIA's on the run as well, just like AMD. Same thing. Kuldeep, go ahead. You got a question there?
So yeah, I moved from 1 minute to 5 minute, and I feel more comfortable and confident. So do you believe like 1 minute is like more for advanced and more experienced traders?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Shit, man. Just avoid the 1 minute. That's something I wish I did in my first 2 or 3 years. I wish I avoided it. I mean, look at it. So you'll actually get a good feel for price action and how it can be. But don't have a trade book based on it in your first couple of years. Really don't. You can wait on the 2-minute chart, 5-minute chart. You saw me trade the 5-minute chart the last 1 month or so. No big deal. You're just fine.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
You take it that way. Yeah. Damn, Amazon, AMD, Nvidia, all of them are just runners. So you can see, guys, like I have I don't know, 20 different trade books or strategies that I can trade at any given time, but I'm only really using one at the moment, which is this naked trading thing. I'm not trading bull flags. I'm not trading ORBs. I'm not trading opening volatility. None of that stuff. Again, because if you do that, you'll be in and out the market so fast, so many times, and your mental capital will be depleted in the first 5 minutes. And then you'll be a wreck for the whole day. Whether you won or lost, you're just going to feel dirty. And you don't want to be in this business anymore. And there was a time when I quit. It was that kind of reason, really. Just over trading and getting lost and confused. So, don't do that. I could have taken the AMD bull flag. I could have taken the Apple breakout. That was a fractal pattern at the open. A year ago, I would have taken this long. All kinds of stuff. But, on Amazon, of course, that's the strategy I have right now. But I missed the trade, missed the entry. It was too late. So again, be very, very precise on your trade book. Otherwise, you're not gonna hang around here for very long. It's not gonna work. What am I seeing on Tesla? Now I'm beginning to see something on Tesla. It's been in a bullish run. I'm beginning to see a double top. Top, second top. The new 1-minute low just happened. How would I trade this? If I take the entry, if it gives a 1-minute low again and holds down there, 350 puts. Boy, this is tricky. Nah, it's too messy. It's too messy. I'm also looking at the other side of it where the bulls are really pushing up. You can see the lows getting higher. And it put in a pretty good double top. There's a decent arch to it as well. It's decent. It's like 95% there, right? You should take these, but that 5% of doubt in my mind is not good enough. Because I know if I have a little doubt in my mind, I will mismanage the trade. And it's not worth it. And again, I'm not obligated to take it, right? I know there'll be another 100 opportunities today. It's especially on the 1-minute chart. My goodness, they're everywhere. So let this one go. So Amazon's a tragedy of the day, isn't it? Look at that. Just these reversals can be funny sometimes. Lauren, you got AMD. Nice. Good for you. Yeah, Roy, you're talking about the double top. I was just talking about that. So you started live on Jan 27th, and I just described your first 3 weeks of trading. Oh, is that about trading the 1-minute chart and trying to avoid it? Yeah, if that is it, yeah, you want to avoid it. Yeah, look at Tesla now. Those bulls are just in charge. Look at that. Good thing I didn't take that one. Yeah. You got to see, that's one of those little tricks that I like to do is when I'm getting into something, I'm looking at what the opportunity is. But also look at the other side of the market. In this case, looking at Tesla, you can see the bulls are just pushing the lows higher and higher. The bids are stepping up. It could easily negate this double top, which so far it did. If I took that, it wouldn't stopped out by now. So, that's one thing to look for. It's not just blind patterns, So now I put in the hammer. Look at this. It's giving you another reversal temptation, yeah, Tesla. At the same time, though, everything's going red. Wow. Too many strategies, yeah, Basil. There you go. All right, guys, another 15 minutes or so I'll be here, and then I got to get on with Carlos on YouTube. And then webinars. More webinars. It's like I'm not even trading today. AJC, would you mind sharing your previous big losses and how did you work to recover? Oh my God. Okay, the most recent big losses, actually, they're all recorded within the live trading recordings, like these sessions. You guys have seen me in nasty, ugly down days, $40,000, $50,000 down. So all that's recorded and how I continue trading. You're talking about further back in time. Well, there was a point when I quit. I just quit. I just like, the hell with this. I'm losing hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, this is not sustainable. I'll be broke. So I quit. I just did. And I didn't even think about day trading. I did some swing trading stuff, lost even more money there. So I was just like, forget about it all. And one day I came across one of these BBT videos on YouTube. I think it was Eamon talking about a strategy or something. And that got me excited again, and slowly got back in the game 6 months after quitting. And I was genuinely quit. I was like, that's it. I'm leaving all this behind. That was 2021, I think, or 22. I don't know. I don't remember. But looking back on that, what really happened at the subconscious level was I actually detached. When I said I'm never coming back to this, what I really did in my own mind was I was able to detach from trading and forget about it and remove it from my existence, as in now creating distance. And here's the thing about human nature: time and distance solves most wounds or heals most wounds. So if you're really in a bad one, time and distance. I did that by accident. Give yourself time and distance from the trauma. Most traumas are healed by time and distance, right? So stay away from it. Don't have any exposure to it, as well as give some time, genuine time, months if needed. For me, it was 6 months. That was the biggest one. That was the most devastating time for me. And also my personal life was a wreck at the time. It was like, ex-wife, divorce, all that stuff. So yeah, again, you got to think about trauma and how it works at a human level, right? I think that's really important. Again, community is what got me in, like BBT, and I knew the guys, and eventually I was like, all right, I'm back, slowly. AMD, look at that, retest. Gosh, Tesla's all bullish. AMD bullish, retest. Want to go? Whoa. You know what? Let's look at this. This might be interesting. Let's go zoom out a bit. Let's get some lines on this. I don't even need lines. Just push. AMD. Yeah, it's okay. It's actually a decent retest. I like to see consolidation, which you kind of have a consolidation here. Then a breakout retest. It's okay. It's not ideal. Again, I'm having doubts. I don't know why I'm very doubtful today. Yeah, AJC, go ahead. You got a question here? Is your mic working? I guess not. Yeah, no problem, man. I'm happy to share, guys. Ryan, your December was like that. There you go, Rajiv, AMD, measured moves. Cool, man. We got, Piyush, go ahead.
Hey, Avi, how are you? So what's your latest trade book consist of? You've got the kangaroo tails, you've got the continuation, double bottom.
Yeah,
What
so there's
else?
basically two categories: reversals and continuations. That's it. For reversals, within reversals, you have the doubles, the double top, double bottom, and the kangaroo. That's it. That's just two things for reversals. For a continuation, it's effectively almost the same. It's just a breakout and a retest. Like this one, pretty good. Breakout, came back a few candles later, retest, prints a bullish candle. The entry would have been on this candle 3 minutes ago, perhaps. So this is, breakout, retest, ideally a consolidation before the breakout, which happened. And again, this might be the second trade that I'm missing today. I don't know why. I'm just not able to be on time today. And so this is a good one. The other way that I would do a continuation is if it gets to the level and it doesn't break out and it just hangs around there and then puts in one of those long tail hammers somewhere in the middle of a big consolidation. I don't see an example of that right now. Yeah, so there's two kinds of continuation: a breakout and retest, or during consolidation, a big long tail hammer. And then I would take that. You've seen me take those as well. So yeah, those two. So they have two for continuations and two for reversals. That's it. That's all I'm trading for now. And it looks like I've missed 2 trades so far.
Thank you.
Sure. Yeah, Amanda, go ahead.
I took Amazon, and it was a good entry, but I got stopped out at that really wicky 5-minute candle, if you see it. So I'm asking, would you have moved your stop, or would you have left it? Like my entry was at like 20 like 228.2.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
28.2. Okay, so if you moved your
But I
stop to
moved
break
to
even,
move my stop. Should I have moved my stop?
did you move your stop up to 228.2? Because that's your break even.
I did, and then I move it up again.
Okay, yeah. See, that's the thing about trailing stops. You will get stopped out like that if you're using a trailing stop throughout the trade. Unfortunately, that's a downside. It's a disadvantage of that trade management strategy. It works beautifully when you have something truly just trending directionally. But if you look at this one, it's quite wicky, right? On a 5 minute, and you can see the one that got you is the big 5 minute wicky candle. So again, if you're using that trade management strategy, you got to be very aware of its advantages and disadvantages. The disadvantage is that it's going to get you a lot of times. It happened with me. That's why I just moved away from it. It worked a few times for me, and then it just kept leaving a lot of money on the table all the time. So you want to be aware of those things. One thing that I can suggest is, or one thing that I'm actually doing is getting the entry, and as it goes in my favor, I'm using the trailing stop up until the point where it's close to about my break even, my entry price, and then just leave it for the target, leave it alone.
Okay.
That way it'll mess around, especially with reversals. Reversals are tricky. You can see how much this is messing around, It's going to get you. I mean, think about it the other way. If you took the meta reversal as a double bottom down here, you would be stopped out like 5 times. Look at this mess, I mean, reversals they kind of behave like this. This is not a reversal. This is just chop. But that's how they behave. They're very tricky to manage. The best thing is try and leave it alone as best as you can.
Okay. I guess that I did get it to break even, and then, now it's running away from me. But good lesson.
Yep, you got it.
Thank you.
No problem. It's definitely running away from us all, man. To me, this is like a 20, 30K kind of trade. I'm missing the whole thing. And now I'm missing AMD as well. Look at that. That's a double top. The entry was a few minutes ago. Actually, it's not ideal because the top, you want to be closer to the level. I would have entered about 114 short. Yeah, it would have been good. Well, what are you going to do? That's 3, I think, now. But I'm just... Seriously, I don't think I'm seeing things correctly today. I'm very, very slow. Unusually slow. Let's get these lines working on Tesla at least. Okay, so there we go. Tesla now at the next level up, 353. Then we have 356.50. Yep, on its way. See that AMD mess? Oh, there's it. 1 minute. Double top. And if you enter these reversals again, we were just talking about it. You want to put your stop on the other side of the reversal. I mean, ideally way above the double top. That's a little far for day trading. So you can just go with the most recent top and try and leave it alone. Try. I mean, you want to tighten it up, but let it exit the area. Once it exits, like it's halfway to your target, then bring it in tighter. Because it's likely to do this. This happens all the time. Reversals very rarely go in a V shape, right? A V reversal. That's rare. So it's likely to put in double, triple, quadruple top, whatever, before it really goes. And you want to survive that. And that's just the nature of reversals. They're very difficult trades. Very, very. Actually, this is the entry right here that I would have taken earlier. You know what? I'll be lucky if I can get this. Good thing I had eyes on it right now. I might want to get the 114. It's right there. It's at the money. Oof, these cheap contracts. Put option. Where would you put it? Yeah, right there. So 90 cents. I'd put the stop at about 85, let's say. Be like a 20-cent stop, 30-cent stop. If you put on 100 contracts, that's like $4,000 of risk. 100 contracts makes sense on this. But the pattern, it's just not there. The double top would have been the entry. Ideally, a double top goes. This is not going now. It could just end up being choppy in this whole zone. If you did take the double top, okay, you're still in it because the exit's up there and you haven't touched it, right? So let that one go as well. Apple's interesting. It's putting in big candles. So I don't see a setup.
Maybe you don't consider the exotic tickets. Look at PLTR. Beautiful 5-minute bullish candle on the level. And here you go, buddy.
Oh my goodness. He's doing all this exotic stuff.
This is on the level, huh? Look at the 5-minute candle.
Yeah, yeah, right there. I see it.
And it's on the level, actually. I'm already $1.50 and up and up on it.
Nice. Oh yeah. You got that reversal off the bottom. Man, this is amazing. Great stuff. Really nailed that one at the bottom on your left. Love it.
I was laughing. I'm like, okay, we would say, oh, the exotic tickets. There you go.
It's exotic. It's too exotic for me, man. You got exotic taste.
Listen, you can afford Tesla. I mean, I have to find a girlfriend which, on a slightly less expensive girlfriend.
Oh,
you can take the bigger size on this.
You know what I do, right? I find the expensive girlfriend and I go cheap on her by doing options.
So that is the Yoda level stuff, right?
That's the trick. That's the trick.
In the Star Wars terminology, we are the Padawans. You are the Yoda. You are the Yoda.
Oh my goodness. Sorry, ladies. We're just goofing around. But yeah, capital efficiency, man. Options. And really, I would trade something like PLTR. It's just that all these catalyst tickers don't have active options chains. Very hard to get in and out like this. I mean, you could short them, but more on a swing trade. But I'm not gonna mess with this stuff. Again, if options were really truly active on something like PLTR, maybe, because it puts in massive moves. You take just a couple of contracts. You don't have to go and take like 300 contracts on Google, stuff like that. I don't want to do all that. It'd be good. It's just not available. So
no, we look at its option chain, like it's pretty liquid, like on PLTR.
Yeah. No, man,
It's like not crazy.
Okay, we'll look at it. Just want to point out something else here, guys, while we're here.
Leave my girlfriend alone, guys.
There you go. Competition now.
No, it's okay. Come on in.
Here's that continuation play we were just talking about a few minutes ago. Tesla went there, consolidation in the middle of it, long tail hammer, the new 1 minute high is the entry, and it's on its way. Oh man, that's like the third or fourth setup. I'm seeing everything 2 minutes too late at the moment, but you can see the setups. I mean, they're right there. That's one of the continuations. So it's not a breakout and then a retest. You're entering during consolidation before the breakout, and you're finding that the buyers are right there with a long tail hammer, and the new 1 minute high is your confirmation. And there you go. Next level up is what, about 356. So that's a good one. We have NVIDIA as well on the way. Let's see what did. Yeah, it looks like it did one of those here. This is too close. There's not really a lot of room to the left on this one. Kind of tricky. Let's see, where are these lines? I gotta put these lines back on. There they are. Yeah, they're pretty well aligned. So we got 135.38 on NVIDIA for a target. Man, all right, now AMD is putting in a triple top. Look at this. What the heck? Was 1, 2, 3, 4 tops. Holy shit. Now if you're trading it to breakout, exit would be at 114. It would be a late entry as far as a double top is concerned. I mean, this is, you can also see this as a descending wedge, right? Pushing down. But now you're mixing up strategies, and my strategy is a double top. And I missed it. It's best not to go chase it and then create new strategies. Things are moving quite nicely, I gotta say, at the moment. But again, I'm just not in the zone at the moment. I'm not able to read stuff as sharply as I would like to be able to put risk on. Oof, Amazon would have taken the exit right there, right now. Got that entry down at the short, down at the bottom. Man. Did anyone survive this move? Anyone get it? No. Amanda, you were stopped out. Then you want to look at Meta. Yeah, Meta hit a level 2 just a moment ago. I mean, very tricky, right? If you took the bottom somewhere, maybe double bottom, and you kept your stop in place and you just let it run, it would have been very hard to manage. The best way is to just not look at it. Anyways, now it's up there. Let's see what it wants to do. I don't know what it wants. It looks like it's strong. Ideally, it consolidates and goes, or breakout, retest. But you want to see a good consolidation first. Also, Meta's got teeth. Now look at this. There's wicks everywhere. It's kind of telling you don't touch me. Now it's exited this choppy area. Ideally, it stops putting in these wicks. As long as it's still wicky, I would have doubts on it. I just don't want to touch stuff like this. Man, what else is good?
Avi,
Yeah, go
for
ahead.
Google, if you look at the 1 minute, it
Mhm.
looks like a white double bottom.
Yeah, it looks like it. But again, by definition, a double bottom is that it's a bottom, as in it came from up to down. Where did it come from? It really didn't go anywhere. It didn't come from anywhere. Maybe from down. Let's zoom out a bit. Where are we? Look at that. Let's see. It's just been kind of choppy in the zone down here, and then you're telling me it's a double bottom inside the middle of chop. That's not
Okay.
really. Over here, when I'm pushed down, you can see a double bottom maybe on a 1 minute down there. It would make sense, or even down here, because it came from up to down, or even in this case down. Then a bottom, you might catch a reversal. This, nah, there's nothing here. Don't waste your time with this.
Right.
Yep. And it's very large bottom too. I mean, you need a massive perspective on this. So that's not happening. Tesla is so neat and clean. Can't believe this. There. So that's the continuation trade. Totally missed it. Straight up, man. This is like a 10-minute trade and you're at your target. Really great. AMD can't tell you anything except it's more likely to go down than up. Again, I'm not going to chase the setup since I missed it. And Meta, yeah. And it's jumpy. Look at this, like a low float. Oof, bad spread and everything. Oh, okay, yeah, that's Carlos calling me. All right, guys, I gotta end this. Gotta get onto YouTube now in a minute. So come say hi on YouTube. We're gonna have some fun there, and then at 12:30, the webinar in Trading Terminal. Come and say hi there too. So you're gonna have a blast. Good fun day.
Thanks, Avi.
Thanks.
Thanks, Avi.
Yep. Pleasure, guys. Take it easy.
Thank you, Avi.
Thanks, Avi.
See you on the webinar.
Hi, Avi.
See you all soon.
Thank you.
Thanks.